Hey all, Fizzban here, welcome back to Minecraft. Now, I have gone and gathered up a lot of the materials I want to use for the main build. I want to use coal as the main coat color, and it it took so long to get all this coal. And my last Nightmare Moon build, well, that was also a lot of coal. I feel like coal is now a rare resource in this world. But that is going to be what we are going with for the main coat. I'm gonna try to go with magenta concrete powder for the outline, see how that works. And I did pull up like a reference image and put it into one of the 2D Minecraft picture converters, and that suggested light blue glazed terracotta as the main, and I'm in love with this idea. I have never tried building with this block, so I want to try that. It also suggested this block for the armor, but I think I'm actually just going to go with some light blue terracotta for that. So it's about 150 blocks long, and I am drowning. And I did setup. We finally got the bamboo, so I could get the scaffolding, and I did set up a bit to prepare. I have the first line here, where I'm actually going to build on, and then the back line that is going to be my moving up and down the build when I need to. I have not had a lot of experience building things this huge, so this will probably be a learning experience. I think it's about time we we put the first block down and get this going. I'm so nervous. I'm always nervous when I build. Especially when I know it's being recorded and everyone can see how badly this is going to end up. Right. It's going to be her foot. It's going to be kind of in the middle. I think I got it to about 61 blocks this way. Which means this block is minus 92. So that'll be minus 131. I think. And I am looking at a reference picture, just to clarify, so I will be alt tabbing out quite a bit. Anyways, from here and out, it might be a speed lapse. So, enjoy! Yeah, speed lapse. That is not actually a word, I think. I meant time lapse. I think my brain combined speed drawing and time lapse and just ended up being speed lapse. But anyways, we are slowly starting to get the first foot done. That is gonna turn into a leg. I decided to do like the 4 legs separately, and then just kind of end on this roughly the same elevation and have that be like the first phase of the build. You will also see a bit of bamboo on the small island I have set up. That is purely because I just wanted to have some bamboo after going so long to get it. It does come in a little bit handy later because I actually run out of scaffolding, so wasn't a bad idea turns out. I find that the hardest part of doing not only this, but really just anything in general, is getting started with it. Once you're started and actually doing it, it's not that bad. But the actual process of, or like the phase just before you have to start, that's just very intimidating because, yeah, I don't know why. It's so hard to start something. Not just like this video, but that was also certainly falls into the same category, but anything in general. Like exercising, drawing, creating something, or just starting something is the hardest part, at least for me. I guess I'm just wired that way. And then once I finally do get started, it's not as bad as you thought it would be. You just kind of get into a rhythm and you kind of keep going. That's pretty good. You'll also see in the video that I go a lot away from the build to kind of take a look at it, and that's because even if I do follow like a reference picture, it is so easy to get lost. And here I actually construct some additional cobblestone pathways that just helps me get a bit away, walk a bit more around the build to have a look at it from, well, a few different angles, I guess. But it is so easy to lose track of where you are on the build when you're just looking at the blocks like we are now. It's just, you have to take some distance to it and then just go back in and pick up where you were. That is probably the main difference between building something in creative mode and survival mode. It is the fact that you don't have the luxury of just floating around in the air and then going back into the build. And that is so convenient. I actually got attacked by a drowned. You can see the trident just impaling the build. And there is a block of cobblestone right there in the middle between the 2 feet. I didn't quite know what to do with that as we are now, but that's a placeholder that is going to be replaced later. Because that block is still part of her foot, but if I do the light blue terracotta, it looks a bit weird. It melts together too much, so I have to find like a block that is similar but not the same, so you can kind of tell the shapes apart, so they don't just blend together that much. But this was certainly outside of my comfort zone. Probably not the build itself, but deciding to make a video out of it. I don't know why, but I get so anxious when I'm about to record. Oh, and here's the bamboo that I went to pick up and get more scaffolding and actually planted some new bamboo. I'm not sure if I'm going to need even more than we already made, but it's there in case we do need it. And the reason why you see me pause the game so much is because I probably go to like reference pictures and try to gauge or estimate how far up I am on the build or how far it needs to go, how wide it needs to be. Other times I might just be getting a fresh coffee. Which I actually do need right now, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. The first leg is pretty much done, I think. The second leg is almost complete, but still needs to get a lot more height. Well, not a lot more, because it's relatively few blocks the higher you get up, because her legs become so thin just before reaching the body. But I guess it still is a lot of height. We have completed the second leg, and I think we're now starting on the third one. Or at least we are... Yeah, we're starting on the third one now. I think I actually got the distance right in the first try between all her legs. I didn't really have to move the feet around on the ground. They have stayed where they are pretty much for the entire build. I might have moved a block or two around, but that's about it, really. Building up this high gets a little daunting in survival. And it's gonna get so much worse once we get further into the build. But already once we reach the top of her legs, we are so high up in the air. And I think I decided to put my sword and bow into the chest because I don't really need the weapons. At this point we are out of reach for the drowned. And there aren't really any mobs spawning up there. Or on the platforms below, on the entire island. The only mob I really had to worry about was the drowned. That's not really a big deal. I mean, if you don't have creepers, you're pretty good to go, to be honest. I think I fiddled around a bit with the outline because I wasn't happy about how it looked. That was probably the part about the feet that I struggled with the most. It was the outline on the armor. But I kind of still wanted it there, even though it might strictly not be necessary, but I think it looked quite good. Well, I mean, once I fiddled around with it, I thought it looked quite good. And here I do the other part of the cobblestone to just get a bit more pathway to have a bit of a look on the build and see how it looks from afar. I think we are slowly closing in on the completion of the last leg, so I think I will just stop talking here and let you enjoy the rest of the time lapse in peace. I was about to say speed lapse again, I can't believe it. Anyways, enjoy! Alright, I think that is the legs. I hesitate to say done because I might do some more work on them. I might change the highlight, I might swap a block here or there, but overall I think the legs are kind of done. This one is gonna be like swooping down to be her body. Cutie Mark goes there. Then the main, of course, is a giant mess both on the back and forth of it. Yeah. I think for now we're going to call it. I might do a bit more prep work. I'm considering making like a platform up there so that if I do fall, I don't have too far up to go. And just kind of continue working. Well, we'll see. Also, if I miss the water somehow, I know it's like a lot of surface to actually miss, but it could happen. And I'm a lot higher up. That's gonna be really, really bad. Alright, for now, I think I'm done for today. Fizzban out.